Hello, I'm Dan, or Lord Skeptic. Today I thought I'd do a few things about the flat Earth, why I think the Earth isn't flat. I found this website about 50 reasons. I'm just going to read it off, I think. So let's just, I say, yeah, I can't. Some of them I've not actually even thought about because I don't know the answer to, because I never even thought about it. I'll say that. But that's why I've got another thing here so I can look things up, which could take a bit of time. Right, God's flat Earth, truth and reality. This is the first one. So, if you love me, keep my commandments. John 15:14. Satan's Babylonian counterfeits. Do what thou will, Lucifer and Theospity. God's flat Earth, truth and reality. I am the way, the Lord. I am the way, the truth and the life. John 14:6. Worship whatever you want. You are a God. For I am fearfully and wonderful made. Psalm 139:14. 3. Evolution. You evolve from nothing. 4. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. 4. Satan's. The Big Bang Theory evolution came from nothing. 5. And the sun said, let there be... No, that's not right. And God said, let there be light in the firmament. Genesis 1:14. 5. Some worship pagan earth revolves around the sun. 6. The world also should be stable that it cannot be moved. 1 Chronicles 16:30. 6. The earth is a ball chronically hurling towards the universe. Now, I actually think the earth is spherical. Well, actually, it's a geoid, not spherical. Now, some of these I think are just stupid. They're just bollocks, really. I mean, well, it doesn't really matter what the Bible says anymore. That was written like years ago when people really didn't know the shape. Well, they sort of did. I think it's more metaphorical written than. I feel that we did evolve. Well, I'm not going to say evolve from nothing. We did evolve with Big Bang. Evolution and Big Bang really have got nothing to do with whether the Earth is flat or the shape of the Earth, really. So, you know, it's just some worship pagan thing. No, I don't think so. A lot of pagans have known the Earth's flat. I mean, a lot of pagan religions wouldn't exist without it. Why does... Anyway, I can't really do anything for that on the first one. I think that might have been a bit boring. I don't know. I feel I got a bit there. Space. Why does the sun light up the Earth, but yet well, it says, but I should say yet because that's more grammatically correct. Leaves space pitch black. Yeah, that's to do with more the way the sun goes through the atmosphere. It's more to do with that. I'm not sure on the exact science here. It goes through the atmosphere and it lights up the thing. That's what we're actually seeing. Here's another one. The sun. Is it impossible for the sun to appear to change in size if the sun is millions of miles away? The sun is smaller than we've been told. The sun travel. That's what it says. Wake up call. Now, it isn't impossible for the sun to appear to change in size if the sun is a million miles away. I believe the sun does appear to change in size as well. We don't really notice it because it's very dangerous to look directly into it. Yeah, it does look different. In fact, that's something I'll go into as well. About why somewhere like Egypt you can't see, whereas the sun you can, even though the sun's further away than like Egypt, from where I am anyway. It's because I'm in the UK. It's because there's a curve in the Earth meaning you can't see it, and I think some hills might be blocking it, the view anyway, from where I is. Also, with the sun, you're looking directly at it. There's no curvature to stop it going up, so you can see it. So that's another one. 4. Every gallon of water weighs 8.6 pounds. There are 6 trillion tons of water on the Earth. I'm presuming that's short scale. 10 to the power of 12. Gravity cannot hold a balloon to its atmosphere. Yeah, that's to do with balloons in it that got helium. I think it's the helium ones, because some balloons, there's 2 ones of helium, this can go. The ones with helium are like lighter than air, that they go up through the Earth instead. Yeah. 5. The sky. If the moon is 250 miles out in the darkness of space, how is it possible there to be blue sky behind it? That's the way it appears on Earth, and really you can't see behind the moon anyway. To me, that's the side of it, what's they're calling behind, really. That bit. That's the side, not behind it. Why don't satellites cross in front of the moon? I'm not sure where to go with this one, because I'm not really. I don't know. I don't actually know what this one's saying. I don't know what this one's saying. So, anyone help me out on this? Let me know what it's actually saying. Maths is Illuminati. I wouldn't think so. Illuminati, maths is used in Illuminati, I'll admit that. I'm not even sure what it is, personally. Algebra says the following is true. Half E equals half F. What about both by 2? E means empty, F means full. 2 half empty, 1 F. And 1 equals 1 empty equals 1 full. Numbers can be manipulated. Well, that's technically true. Yeah, that they're not manipulating it, though. They're not. That's just how they're seeing it. It doesn't work like that. Maths doesn't work like that. Or does it? I don't know. Someone else expand that one on me if they can see it. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're trying to get at. Buildings don't tilt because Earth is flat. Now, that's more to do with the way that they're artificial. People build them. I mean, if you look at on a hill, the buildings will actually be more like that. It's hard to explain it. That's so that when you stand on them, you don't feel like you're going up a hill when you're inside them, which is quite clever, really. I mean, I think some buildings do tilt. I mean, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. GPS doesn't work over the ocean. I can assure you it does. Maybe not the GPSs we use. Well, it does, because I've been on it when I've been on a ferry once, and I've had to pinpoint where I was, and it said where I was in the ocean, so I know it works. Airplanes, not air globes. Well, they're actually aeroplanes. I'm British, so we call them aeroplanes. It's a bit different. I don't know, it's Americanism stuff, really, innit? Aeroplanes climb to their desired altitude and fly into a flat plane according to one of these. That's why they're called aeroplanes, not air globes. Now, that's not actually true. I think it works differently. I'm not sure how this works. Armoured Skeptic did a good thing in one of his videos, where he demonstrates how the plane thing works. Now, not the original in a Flat Earth. You're better off doing this on the video. Another video he's got, which is something like this. Is it top 10 times that he fucked up? So, that Armoured Skeptic fucked up. So, you're better watching it on that one. He'll explain it better. He explains it on that one very well. Horizontal wake up sheeple. It's called a horizon. It's a horizontal line and not a curve horizon. Well, actually, I think it's called a horizon because that's how it looks like from human eyes. I'm not sure why horizons are called that. Like, I don't want to look that one up. I tried looking that one up earlier and I couldn't think of it. Wouldn't say anything. I think it's because it looks horizontal for humans. And actually, if the Earth was flat, there wouldn't be a horizon. The reason why on the sea, when that bit of the sea and it switches between the sea and the land, is because the Earth's curving, so you can't see beyond that bit, and that's why you can't see it, basically. Oceans are Illuminati. Water always finds its level. Water is always ocean. Abruptly over the globe is believing that water surface takes the shape of what it's underneath. Even if oceans were forced to stick to the wall, Earth because of its gravity, the water would still remain level, not curved. The globe is a line. Now, I'm not even sure what this one's trying to say either, to be totally honest with you. So, sorry, it's my Asperger's. I'm not sure what sometimes with processing information. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'll go on about that later. This one is quite a good one. Equator is Illuminati. I don't know what the Illuminati stuff is. I don't think it's Illuminati, personally. This is just stupid. If the equator is the hottest place on Earth, then what about the tilt? Oops, they forgot about that. It goes on. I'll show you this again. Now, the reason for this, I reckon those were done sort of in the spring and or autumn, at the times of the equinoxes, when the Earth is when the sun is directly ahead of the equator, so it does that. Someone else did a video on this as well. Was it Professor Stitt? I can't remember who it was. Hang on. I can look that one up, actually. The video is called Flat Equator Disproves Flat Earth or something like that. No, I don't know what it's called. Just do the research. This could take a bit of time. Ooh. I'm going to change it to the Earth one. The Earth one? The home. It'll load faster here. It's called The Equator Proves Flat Earth, apparently. I was right, it was Professor Stick. He goes on about it. Was it him or was it his video I watched? I can't remember. I think it was.
Hey guys, check this out. I found...
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. It's Professor Stick video. He explains it better than what I could, so I'm not going to get too much on his. UN is Illuminati. Dig a hole straight through the Earth. You would come out feet first at the other side. That's a mainstream vertical and lying in the Earth. It's not a giant spinning ball. Mainstream pseudoscience wants you to believe that somewhere in the middle you'll magically flip and come out. Well, no, you would flip and come out the other side, actually. And to think about it. I don't know why I pressed the off button here. You would, because the way that it happens, the gravity would probably flip you at some point. And how long it would take you to get through the other side anyway would probably flip you as well. So you probably naturally feel better if you flipped over. Look at that line getting in front of there. That's the microphone. It shows you two things here. Which I think is quite cool. That's stupid. I don't know how well that will show. Like Baikal. So over 400 miles long. When frozen, the curvature should be, he said, flattest place on Earth. Yeah, that's because of how big the Earth is. From that perspective, it doesn't look too much. I'm not sure what to say about this one, to be totally honest. So if anyone can expand this on me, it'd be better off. I'll show that again. I think it's scrolled down. It's not in the right place. There we go. If a helicopter hovers for several hours, it can still land in the same. How is this possible when the Earth is spinning? Because when you're in a helicopter, you hover. The reason why they don't do that, the reason why they stay, is because the atmosphere takes it with them. I mean, take it this way: if you're on a train and if you were to like jump on it, you would land in the exact same spot on the train. You wouldn't land in a different spot on the train if the train was travelling at 60 miles. You wouldn't land 60 miles per hour. So many miles. Well, I say 60 miles per hour. Whatever. Anyway, 1 mile a second. You wouldn't land a mile somewhere else on the train. The train might even hit you if you do that. That wouldn't happen. The air would take it with you. It would take you with it. It's anyway. Don't a lot of flat earthers think the Earth is accelerating upwards? If it was, then I don't think helicopters and aeroplanes could hover. To be totally honest with you, even if they did go up, they wouldn't do that. Also, I'll explain something else. If you spin an object like that, it won't go straight down because the air is causing it to spin. If the Earth was actually accelerating upwards, then it wouldn't matter if you put on a spin or anything. It wouldn't matter. Also, they say it's going at a certain speed upwards, which is silly because when you drop something, every second that something goes on, the speed of it drops. The speed of it doubles for every second that it happens. This is what I've heard anyway. Let's carry on. Sun is not 93 miles. It's right here next to the aeroplane. This aeroplane, I'll show you this one because it's better. I know you live on a flat Earth. They just don't want you to know that. No, that's not true. They do know. That's what's 92. I'm not even too sure what they're trying to say here. Solar system. They say solar like soul and lure. It's quite clever. Luring people away from God for 500 years. Heliocentric model. That means the one with the sun in the middle. With its spinning ball, Earth is the foundation of a godless Big Bang theory, evolution, and atheism. Yeah, well, I do think we're alone in a godless, uninhabited, hostile, and meaningless universe. Still, got to laugh, ain't you? That's off Red Dwarf, that one. Anyway, other side, Red Dwarf. I don't think. I mean, people have known the Earth is round for ages. We've known about evolution before Darwin. We've known about evolution for a long time. Atheists have been around for ages. Anyway, the globe. Foundation for evolution, Big Bang, atheism, sending alien seeding, paganism, and the New World Order and satanic world control. Flat Earth, described in the Bible, validates the Bible, specifically scientifically proven, points to God alone as creator, blows Satan's descriptions wide opens. Do you see why they're lying? No, I don't. I think I don't really believe the Bible since I'm Roman pagan anyway. We certainly believe the Earth is round. Well, I prefer it if it is. I mean, the Earth's a female. Terror, not the Earth. The Earth is Mother Earth's a female, isn't it? It's female terror. I'd certainly prefer my women a bit more curvier than flatter. Certainly. But anyway, joking aside. Which is actually true as well. Joking aside. Well, satire aside. That's not the real reason. It's just I think we ancient Romans have known that the Earth is round for ages. It's recording 19 minutes. I'm going on for ages. Now, it doesn't matter if it's going for paganism. What's wrong with paganism? There's nothing wrong with that. Paganism's not too bad. There's nothing wrong with aliens. Foundation evolution is all right. You can't. It's the Bible. Leaves the Bible. The reason why we know the shape of the Earth is people have been to outer space. NASA. This one's always NASA. It's Nasha. In ancient Hebrew, can also be spelled without the H. It's pronounced Norshah and means a great deception or to deceive. Now, actually, I don't think it is. NASA is an acronym. I can't remember what the acronym is. I'll look that up. I'll look that one up. What NASA stands for. It's here somewhere. It stands for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's what it stands for. Yeah, National, yeah. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It's quite good, that, really. So, no, it doesn't stand for that. This one makes even more sense. Now, this one I will have to show you because it looks really weird, so it's better if I just show you it. I don't know if you can read that. I can't really explain this one too well. It looks a bit complicated. Although, actually, no, I will. The it's at the top, binary sense. Sun is hotter than fire. Well, sun is fire. And it says it's electricity, plasma, fire. Fire and electricity are technically plasma. Well, light is plasma. I don't know about electricity itself. Sun being colder than ice. Actually, no, the moon being colder. Actually, the moon isn't colder than ice. The moon, hang on. This is something else I found out. I'll go into here. I can look at the temperature of the moon. It says that the temperature of the moon can reach the amount of the maximum of 15 days. It can reach a maximum of 127 degrees centigrade and a minimum of 173 degrees centigrade, which is close, which is colder than ice. Yeah, but the maximum it can reach is probably much hotter than what Earth can get. So that's quite good. And I'm not sure what to say about some of the other stuff, though. It makes most sense of all. I'll show you that one. I'll say about that, making no sense at all. No, it fucking doesn't. I think you're telling me that a graphic illustration because I totally would have thought it was a real picture. It says you were here. That's what it says on there. Now, no. All right. We are at that point. The space is really big. From there, it just looks like we're on a very small tear. Catchy and sounds most true. The Earth is the flat Earth truth. Always eclipsed. Globe headlines. I'm not sure what they're trying to get at here, so do tell me. Escalating really quick. So Wilson's a sanity freaking paganism. They are hiding God. The Earth is flat and motionless and was created by God. Well, that's only according to the Bible. But I'm not going to follow that. It's not right. NASA. Oh, this is one I found good. So, don't mean the pagan stuff. No, wrong with paganism. National Academy of Space Actors. I've already said what it stands for. I can't remember it. No astronaut should apply. It's all that photo's not there. It's gone. Oh no, the sun cult thing again. Heliocentric is a model where the Earth goes around the sun. The term was first used by Pantheon cult in 200 BC after it returned from Greece. Helios is the ancient Grecian Horus, the sun god, or say deity really. Centric means centre, so heliocentric means centre of the god hours. We have been taught 2,000 years of math worshipping religion as science. Well, that's because that is kind of true. I don't think anywhere in those things did they ever say that was how they believed the Earth, sun and Earth to be. The heliocentric thing is. But yeah, anyway. No, as I was saying, people have known that the sun is the centre of the solar system for a longer time. I think we haven't thought the Earth is the centre of the solar system. I found that there's an instrument they found that was heliocentric years ago. It was used to measure like the things, and there's something that was found apparently. Who shapes your life? In here, it says sex in the clouds and 666. Chaos, life out of control, fear, no purpose. That's the flat earth thing says peace, security, purpose, stability, hope. Now, I have to say, why does it matter if our perception of what's reality is glory or not? This is just how it looks like. Water can't hug a ball, round earth is a lie. I'm not sure what they're actually saying here, so I'm just going to skip this. Why is the moon flipped upside down? Now, I'm not sure this is actually authentic. It probably is. Well, so make up your mind what the earth does really look like. Now, this is another one I said. They are Photoshopped. They have to be, because it gives a more representation of reality. Satellites don't exist. I can assure you they fucking do. I don't know, it's just a fit out there. Photo. Earth is flat and motionless just as it seems. Being programmed to believe it's the universal pictures are quite good. But no, flat Earth, the Earth isn't flat. The Earth isn't flat for a start. I mean, it ain't even level, and mountains are the clue. That's Al Murray who said that. I also have to say about the Flat Earth Society has members all over the globe. So, sounds a bit of an oxymoron. Low globalism. I'm not sure what this one's doing. Neil Armstrong stayed backwards is noughts, Mr. Alien. Nothing more to say. What's that? What's their point being? I don't get that one. For the day. Over the years, NASA have twice changed their story regarding the shape of the Earth. At first, they maintained Earth was perfect sphere, which later changed to an oblate spheroid flattened at the poles, and then changed again to being pear-shaped as the southern hemisphere allegedly bulges out as well. I always thought it was the northern hemisphere. Never mind. I always thought the northern hemisphere was bigger. It doesn't matter. One is more than the other. I know that. Maybe it's the southern. Unfortunately for NASA, however, none of their official pictures show an oblate spheroid-shaped Earth. All their pictures, to their words, show a spherical and clearly CGI fake Earth. No, it's not. That was in brackets. The CGI fake thing. No, that doesn't prove anything. They were photoshopped. Yes, they have changed the story about it, but that's because they didn't know back then. They didn't completely realise. They didn't see it. They had to change it. It's more of a geoid, actually. Nothing more to say on that. I don't know where to go with this one. And done forever. I don't know what this trying to get. I'm not sure what this one's trying to get at either. God, it just keeps going. Flexion on a flat surface. It can't happen on a curve. Any more than that? Yes, it fucking can. I don't know what this one's trying to get at either. Dude, it's so convincing. Parallel light from the sun, how it's make light diverge, the atmosphere would act like a concave lens, a concave lens of the picture. So look at this picture. Not sure what they're trying to get at here either. My life is a lie. Now this is one I was looking at the other day, actually. It says, if Halley's Comet travels at 157,838 miles per hour and we're travelling around the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour, the Sun is travelling through space at 45 miles per hour. Why doesn't the Sun have a tail? Now, this is something I was looking at the other day. Now, comets have... I'm going to have to go on to this. This could take a bit of time. I'm going in. Right. Again. I've actually found it out. This is something that's a bit... Tails consist of things. Order for an object to have a tail like a comet, it must first possess a number of qualities. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the speed of how anything's travelling or why it has a tail. It's the object must have a lot of ice or gas that is near the surface and able to boil off. The object must pass close enough to the Sun for its solar wind to vaporise said ice and gas. The object must not have any sort of magnetosphere protecting it from solar wind, and 4. The object must not have already burnt off all its ice and gas from beginning previously close to the Sun. This is what someone's got a pen, isn't he? Planets and moons tail because of 2 and 3, and asteroids because of 1, 2, or 4. Well, 2 or 3, I should have said for the first one. That's kind of what he said. So it's not really the speed of the comet which causes it to have a tail. It's more what it's made of. What's this? You woke yet? Without the globe model, the Big Bang model wouldn't be considered. Without the Big Bang model, the theory of evolution wouldn't be on the table. Without the theory of evolution, extraterrestrial mankind, say humankind, is over. Without all these lies, people start thinking about the creator, who and where we came from. Well, we don't know. Personally, I don't know. I'd rather be like I don't know. Hang on. I'll stick that light on. Looks better. But I'd rather say I don't know than make up a story about where we all came from. Fun fact: NASA and modern astronomy say the Earth is a giant ball tilted back, wobbling and spinning 1,000 miles per hour around its central axis. Now that is true. The Earth does actually wobble as it moves, travelling 67 miles per hour, circles around the Sun. I'd rather sit this side. I prefer my left side. Because around the Sun, spiralling 500,000 miles per hour around the Milky Way, while the entire galaxy rockets a ridiculous 670 million miles per hour throughout the universe, with all these motionless explaining from an alleged Big Bang cosmogenic explosion 14 billion years ago. It's actually 13,908. It's actually 13,820 million. Are they using billion? It's a long scale here. Short scale, I'm using long scale. A bit different. There's a grand total of 670,568 miles per hour in several different directions that were all supposedly speeding amongst simultaneously, and that no one has ever seen or here measured or proven a single one of these motions to exist whatsoever. Yeah, that's because the gravity on the Earth that's pulling towards the centre stops you from feeling that as it's spinning. Also, I'll just point something else out. Also, the gravity on Earth. Also, that's another thing. If the Earth was flat, the gravity on Earth would actually if it was pulling towards the centre, as we walked away from it, we'd actually appear like we'd be going further up and up and up and up and up until we actually eventually got to the 90-degree point where we'd actually go like that. And we got to the end, we'd actually just clip onto the other side, and the same thing happened again. So we wouldn't fall off the end of the earth anyway. Because you should. Satellites are antennas on buildings. There probably are, to be honest. That doesn't prove anything. This is good. Let's show Mars and Egypt. That's quite good. Yeah, that doesn't prove anything either. They're just identical. That's just how they look. So what? There's a lot of places. I live in Sheffield. I was born in Grantham, and grew up in Grantham, and I personally think there are a lot of places in Sheffield that look a lot like Grantham. So, there. The extents of the internet. Right at your door. Language 101. We're seeing things. Ball, circle. I'll just show those. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large... Isaiah 22:18. I don't know what that is. That's written something like God. It is he that sitteth above the circle of the earth. Isaiah 40:22. Now, that actually means the sky. It's metaphorical. I mean, in the modern Bible, the Good News Bible, translated to sky, which is probably correct. It's metaphorical. Yeah. And this one's just in twice. So, that's it, really. That's all I've got to say. I don't really know anything else, really. Yeah, that's basically it. Once again, I'm Dan, or Lord Skeptic, and I will be in the next one. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. In the words of Bill and Ted.